Hello guys and welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to a Football Manager 2024 Tactic Test. Of course, we test these tactics in our main save in Bulgaria as the manager of Bidin, which you can find linked up here if you want to come and check that out as well. In that series, we've reached the end of Season 4 and we've spent a full season now using Zealand's asymmetrical tactic, and we've done extremely well in the league table with it, which we can have a quick look at now. You can see that we did finish in 5th position in the preliminary phase of the league, and into the championship group we also managed to finish in 5th overall. So effectively we finished in 5th position in Bulgaria, and at no point during the season were we predicted to finish any higher than 12th. So we have done exceptionally well. Now I know you're all here to see the tactic, so let's get into it and I'll try and explain it as best as I can. Now, like I say, this is Zealand's tactic. I'm not here to create tactics. I'm here to test tactics that I find on websites like Sorted Out SI, FM Scout, things like that. And I just try them, put my test to them, give you guys an honest opinion of them. So, here it is. It is slightly weird to look at. Of course, asymmetric tactics always are. But it's very functional in the way it works. First of all, we do start off with a goalkeeper on defend. Bog standard goalkeeper on defend. And as you can see, it uses 4 defenders, which is 4 defenders basically. When we are on defence, when the opposition is in possession of the ball, there will be a block of 4 there for them to defend against. Now, when we're going forward, that changes slightly, and that's because of the roles that we do use. When we're in possession, this wing back will move himself up into this position. That allows this centre back to come across to be a left centre back. The right centre back becomes a centre back effectively, and this inverted full back will move himself into there, so we end up with 3 central defenders, and that's obviously in possession. As soon as we lose possession, we utilise the ball winning midfielder. Now, he's a ball winning midfielder on defend. His job is basically to screen this back line. He will move himself across this pitch here in this line to aim to win the ball back. Now, obviously, we're exposed on the flanks at the minute with using 3 centre halves. This ball winning midfielder, if the opposition looked to utilise those wings, he will move himself across. Say that they're coming down the left, he'll move himself across to here and try to win the ball back. So, very simple there in terms of what the defence are doing. An inverted fullback on the right hand side. You could always switch this around as well, guys. It doesn't have to be this way around. You could use him down here and move this one up here. You could do it the opposite way around. But these 2 roles here, your fullbacks have to match up. So if this guy over here is the deeper one, then this guy has to be the inverted fullback for it to work properly. And that's because when we're in possession, this wide midfielder, winger, is basically here as far back as this, as opposed to this one on this side, to receive the ball from the fullback. If he's up here, then there's a big gap all the way up there, because this guy's not asked to push forward. He is an inverted fullback who looks to come into here and give the ball short. So that's why this winger is more central in the midfield. What it also allows us to do is when we are in possession and say we turn the ball over up here, then we've basically got this in the midfield. We've got a block of 4 in the midfield until this wing back gets himself back into position. This winger will come back as well and help out, so we're basically very set up defensively. And the centre of midfield is set up already. It's already got 2 depths. So this ball winning midfielder, he will screen a number 10. He'll screen that defence. He will occupy the number 10 long enough for this defensive line to get itself back into shape. For these 2 wingers to come back and help out as well. That's his job basically. We've got the 2 depths there. We can also become a block of 4 with either the winger or the wing back, depending on where we are in the transition play, getting themselves into position. Now, in terms of going forward, once we're into the final third of the pitch, we're looking to confuse the opposition centre halves with the asymmetric, and we do that by this attacking midfielder being offset. He is basically there. What will happen is when we've got the ball over here, we will basically create an overload with these 3 players all in this position, and it gives these centre-backs in here a tough choice. Does one of them go out and leave the space for this advanced playmaker or this winger to sort of fill in? That's basically what it's designed to do, and that's why this attacking midfielder is offset. We can also utilise the forward to do that, whether you play with a complete forward, a false 9. You could use either one, whichever works best in your system. But once he's got the ball, we're then asking the centre-halves to engage him. And this winger will go past them. This attacking midfielder will go past them. This winger, once he's in possession of the ball as well, or we're in possession of the ball, he will also push up into there as well to create an overload in the opposition third. And it did work very, very well for us. Like I said, we were predicted to finish down in 12th place. We managed to finish 5th. Yes, we're a long way off Ludogorets and Levski Sofia, but they are big, big boys compared to where we are at this current time as bid in Bulgaria. It's not that long ago we were in the second tier, so you know it's difficult for us to really challenge them at the minute. But this tactic definitely helped a lot, and of course we've got the playmaker to dictate the play. Like I say, the forward will try and occupy the centre halves as much as you can, allow these players to play around him. If the ball's over here, we'll overload. The wing back will be up here as well, supporting, while these three keep a solid line at the back as a 3 with a ball winning midfielder screening in front of them. So very, very simple. It's simple in the way, it's good in the way it works, it's very simple in the way it works, and Zealand's created something really, really good here. And I have enjoyed using it as well. It's the first asymmetric tactic I've properly used fully for a full season. I kind of tend not to like them, but this one has worked quite well. In terms of the instructions, the mentality, you can have that on balance, positive. It doesn't really make too much of a difference. But in possession, we're looking to try and keep hold of the ball. We do have a fairly wide attacking width, and that's to utilise, obviously, the space down the flanks. Shorter passing, play out defence with a slightly higher tempo as well. Pretty standard stuff, guys. We're looking to play out defence. We're distributing to the fullbacks and the centre-backs. Quickly counter press. It is win the ball back as quick as possible. Get ourselves back up the other end of the pitch. In defence, we are playing a much higher defensive line and also high press, triggering the press on the goalkeeper and preventing short goalkeeper distribution. It is win the ball back as quickly as possible, get on the attack. And this formation works well against the big 3 in Football Manager, which is 4-4-2. You've got 2 strikers on the opposition team. You're in defence. Say the wing, we've just turned the ball over. The wing back's up here, so we've got 3 central defenders to occupy those 2 strikers. The ball winning midfielder is also going to come back and help out, taken care of. The other one is the 4-2-3-1, the big one in Football Manager. Again, we've got 4 defenders or 3 centre halves, so that kind of leaves our wings a little bit exposed, which brings the ball winning midfielder in to work across those flanks, close down any wing play that the opposition might have coming down the wings. And finally, 4-3-3, if they're playing with 3 strikers, or 1 just sat in the hole, a number 10. So again, your ball winning midfielder is going to occupy that number 10. 3 strikers, then we've got a nice little triangle here with the inverted fullback at the ball winning midfielder. Again, defensively, it's solid. It hasn't maybe showed up so much with bidding, but that's just because of the quality of the players that we've got. But as I've said, we finished in 5th position, predicted to finish 12th. So the proof is in the pudding there, guys. Yes, we conceded a lot of goals, which if you do watch the series, you will find that out. But that is because of the quality of players that we've got. With a team with much, much better players, I'm sure this tactic will be an absolute beast of a tactic. So, very, very quick overview of today's tactic, guys. I don't want the video to be massively long for these tactic tests. I will say thank you to those of you who watched my first tactic test in FM24, though. It's by far my most viewed video. Loads of likes on it as well, which is really, really great. And hopefully, guys, that can continue. That is going to bring us to the end today, though, guys. A quick 10-minute overview of Zealand's tactic. I found it was very, very good, and I would probably rate it. I'm going to do some kind of rating system for these, by the way. I would probably rate it 8 out of 10. But maybe that's because of my experience with my squad of players. You might find it better, slightly worse, depending on the players that you've got. Don't forget, there's no such thing as a play and plug tactic. You sort of have to cater it yourself, so whether you have to change the roles. I played most of the season with a complete forward, and complete forward is not something you find very often in the game. Maybe go for a deep lying forward or a false 9, whatever suits your tactic. That's it, though, guys. Simple as that. Give it a try. You all know who Zealand is. I don't need to link Zealand. Everybody in Football Manager know who Zealand is. There's no actual download for this tactic. You sort of have to copy it from either his video or my video into your own game. But it is very, very simple. There's no individual player instructions. Everything is standard on that front. Thanks for watching, guys, and hopefully I'll see you soon. Cheers.